From the icy plains of Alaska to the sun-scorched deserts of Australia, flood myths ripple through human history. These ancient narratives, often steeped in religious or spiritual significance, recount catastrophic deluges that reshaped the world. Despite their geographical and cultural diversity, these myths share striking similarities. A common theme is the divine wrath that unleashes the flood, often as punishment for human transgressions. A chosen individual, often a righteous man, receives divine warning and instructions to build an ark or find refuge. This chosen one, along with a select group of survivors or chosen animals, weathers the deluge, becoming the progenitors of a new human race. The universality of flood myths across disparate cultures suggests a shared human experience, perhaps rooted in actual cataclysmic events. Whether inspired by local floods, ancient memories of post-glacial inundations, or simply the human fear of powerful natural forces, these stories offer a glimpse into the collective unconscious. In the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, where the Tigris and Euphrates rivers nurtured the cradle of civilization, flourished the epic tale of Gilgamesh. This Sumerian king, two-thirds god and one-third human, embarks on a quest for immortality. His journey leads him to Utnapishtim, the sole survivor of a great flood. Utnapishtim recounts the story of the flood, commanded by the gods to cleanse the world of humanity's wickedness. Warned by the god Ea, Utnapishtim builds a massive ark, loading it with his family, skilled craftsmen, and animals of every kind. The flood ravages the earth for 6 days and nights, leaving only Utnapishtim and his ark afloat. Utnapishtim's tale, etched on clay tablets thousands of years old, paints a vivid picture of the flood's destructive power and the terror it instilled. The geographical specificity of the story, set in the fertile crescent between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, grounds the myth in a tangible landscape. This ancient flood narrative, with its themes of divine retribution and human resilience, serves as a stark reminder of humanity's vulnerability to the forces of nature. It also highlights the importance of wisdom, foresight, and the preservation of knowledge in the face of impending disaster. The story of Noah's Ark, enshrined in the Book of Genesis, stands as one of the most enduring flood myths. God, grieved by the wickedness of humanity, decides to cleanse the earth with a devastating flood. He chooses Noah, a righteous man, to build an ark and preserve 2 of every living creature. Noah, following God's instructions, constructs the ark and gathers his family and the animals. The floodwaters rise, engulfing the earth for 40 days and nights. After the deluge subsides, Noah's Ark comes to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The story of Noah's Ark resonates deeply within the Abrahamic faiths, serving as a testament to God's power, justice, and mercy. The Ark, a symbol of hope and salvation, represents God's covenant with humanity and his promise to never again destroy the world by flood. While archaeological evidence for a global flood remains elusive, the story's enduring power lies in its moral and spiritual message. It reminds us of the consequences of human actions and the possibility of redemption through obedience and faith. Within the vast ocean of Hindu mythology, flood narratives surface repeatedly, reflecting the cyclical nature of creation and destruction. One prominent myth tells the story of Manu, the progenitor of humanity, and his divine protector Matsya, the fish avatar of Vishnu. Warned of an impending flood, Manu is instructed by Matsya to build a giant boat and gather the seeds of all living things. As the floodwaters rise, Matsya guides Manu's boat to safety, preserving life and ensuring the continuity of creation. Some scholars believe the legend of Manu's flood may be connected to the ancient city of Dwarka, submerged off the coast of India. This once thriving port city, mentioned in the Mahabharata, is believed to have been swallowed by the sea thousands of years ago. The story of Manu's flood, intertwined with the cyclical nature of Hindu cosmology, highlights the impermanence of the material world and the eternal cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. It also emphasizes the importance of dharma, righteous conduct, and the interconnectedness of all living beings. The universality of flood myths across disparate cultures suggests a shared human experience, perhaps rooted in actual cataclysmic events. Whether inspired by local floods, ancient memories of post-glacial inundations, or simply the human fear of powerful natural forces, these stories offer a glimpse into the collective unconscious. These echoes of ancient floods resonate deeply in our modern world, particularly as we grapple with the escalating reality of climate change and rising sea levels. Could these age-old myths hold symbolic warnings, urging us to heed the lessons of the past and act as responsible stewards of our planet? These echoes of ancient floods resonate deeply in our modern world, particularly as we grapple with the escalating reality of climate change and rising sea levels. Could these age-old myths hold symbolic warnings, urging us to heed the lessons of the past and act as responsible stewards of our planet?